Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be talking about some new makeup items over at Shiseido. But before we get started, please make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell on the side so you can know whenever I post a new video. So I went ahead and did like half of my makeup so I can do the rest on camera and show you guys the products. So a few weeks ago, I was actually invited to go to an event with Shiseido and they wonderfully gifted me with these items here. And I wanted to show you guys how they apply, maybe do like some swatches, etc. so you guys can see. So I have to admit that when I first think of Shiseido, I don't always think of makeup. I think more skincare. I think sunscreen in particular. And I think Shiseido is aware of this because they are reinventing their whole makeup line. Like they're just like redoing everything. They're kind of just rebuilding from scratch in a way. And their vision, I guess, for these new products is like makeup that feels invisible, makeup that feels weightless, makeup that doesn't feel like it's like heavy and cakey. It kind of just like melts into your skin and is like part of your skin. So I want to show you guys some of the items that I have. The first item I'm really excited to show you guys. This is the Shiseido Aura Do Lunar 01. This is for face, eyes, and lips. It almost feels like a mousse. Like when you put your finger in it, you can kind of see it bounce a little bit. Like it bounces back. It has like a little bit of give, but a little bit of like, not texture, I don't know what to call it, but it has like a little bounce to it. So it's pretty cool. So you can use your fingers, you can use a brush. I'm going to go ahead and use this on my eyes. I'm just going to swirl into the container and then I'm just going to apply it on the lid. So now that I've kind of just like swept this gently all over the lid, I'm going to focus a little bit more on the middle part of the eye here. In order to have it more concentrated effect, I'm literally just like sweeping back and forth, but very, very gently on the eye. And that just makes it a little bit more concentrated. So it just gives like that really pretty wash where it looks like shimmer more than glitter. Like it's not like a big chunk of like glitter. It just looks like a wash of glow. So the new blushes are called the Minimalist Whipped Blushes. And again, the texture of these is also really cool. It feels like a whipped mousse. Like it has that really interesting texture. When you put your finger inside, it's just really interesting. So I have a sample here that they gave me and I have the shade called 01 Sonoya. So when I went to the event with Shiseido, I posted about it on Instagram and I got quite a few comments from you guys asking me about cream or mousse blush techniques or how to apply it, because some of you guys are saying that you kind of have an issue applying cream blushes, which I understand. So I'm going to show you guys how I do it. So this is the shade Sonoya. So it's kind of like a peachy color. It's very nice. I feel like peach colors for blushes are so versatile to wear. So the best way I find to apply a cream blush or basically any blush that's not a powder is you use one finger to go into the product. Again, the texture is so cool. So with one finger, I'm applying a little bit of blush. And then with a clean separate finger, we're going to blend. And you know, it's always easier to apply than it is to remove. So it's better to go a little bit sparingly at first and just keep adding, especially if it's a new product. Like if you've used it like 10 times and you kind of already know like what the texture is like, how it reacts on your skin, etc. But if it's like the first few times, just like, you know, it's better to just add a little bit and then keep adding as you go. I really like this whipped blush texture because it kind of has a dewy finish and it just sort of like melts into the skin, you know? And if ever you feel like you've gone overboard or whatever, you can just take your damp makeup sponge and just go over top. Okay, so now that the blush has been applied, I'm going to go ahead and go into the highlighter. So I'm going to go ahead and use this new brush. I think I'm going to go ahead and read the name. I apologize in advance if I'm mispronouncing it. I don't speak Japanese. It's called the 01 Maru Fude, just like all over versatile face brush. So you can use this for blush if you want to. You can use this for like contour, use it for highlight. You could also use it to set your under eye because as you can see, the brush itself is like a dome-like and it's very tapered, so you can go for something bigger or you can go for something a bit more precise. It's really however you want to use it. So this Aura Do is marketed as face, eyes, and lips. But in my experience, when I use it as a highlighter, it's like too chunky, which is weird because on the eyes, it's beautiful. But I feel like in order for it to be a highlighter, it needs to be a bit more fine, if that makes sense. Because when I apply it, I feel like when I apply it as a highlighter, I feel like all I can see are like different specks of shimmer, you know? Like it doesn't feel like like what I have on right now. Like this is the Dior Glow Palette. So I don't know, I think you could, maybe if you like wet your brush or if you wet your face with like Fix Plus or like setting spray, maybe it would be different. I don't know, I just feel like I like it a lot more as just like a really pretty wash on the eye. I don't love it as the face product, but I think this could be an item where like you could, if you're like an artist or a makeup artist, you could have like a million uses. Because again, I wouldn't personally put this on my lips, but if you had like a matte lipstick, you could like put it on the center just to have like a bit of shine. I just think for like an everyday person, you probably wouldn't use it as a highlighter, but you could try it. I mean, it just depends. I'm just thinking compared to how I did my eyes, like if you apply the product very lightly, it does have a lighter effect. And if you press your finger a little bit more, it does come off as more intense. So maybe if you press your brush harder or into the product or onto the skin, maybe it comes off better. But anyway, I like this a lot as an eyeshadow. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some mascara before we move on. Okay, moving on to lip products. I have 3 different lip products, 3 different formulas. Let's go ahead and dive into them. So the first product is the VisionAiry Gel Lipstick. Now, the thing that stuck out to me the most about this product is that it has 15% water in the actual product itself. I know that we are in an era of matte liquid lipsticks, but sometimes even just looking at a photo of a matte lip dries out my lips in person. So I am so excited to try something that is not super matte. This is a full coverage semi-satin lipstick, and this is in the shade 205 Pixel Pink. This is a super light baby pink. As you can see, this is maybe not like my shade in particular, but I know that there are a lot of people who love this type of color. The formula itself feels super light. It kind of feels like nothing at all. It's very comfortable since it is more of a semi satin finish. And yeah, it's very pigmented. I mean, it's exactly true to color here. It just maybe isn't like my shade in particular, but it feels super comfortable. It doesn't feel like I have anything on my lips, and it's not drying, which is key. Let's go ahead and try something else. Okay, so next up we have the Lacquer Ink Lip Shine. This is a glossy, high impact, weightless color, and this is in the shade called Scarlet Glare 307. So first of all, you guys know that I love red lipsticks. This feels like a very creamy lipstick. It doesn't feel like a lip gloss, because I feel like lip glosses often feel like thick or runny. This just feels like a very creamy lip gloss. It honestly feels like the Chanel Rouge Coco Shine, or maybe the Dior lip glows. Like that's kind of what it feels like. It just like, I don't know, it feels like a lipstick, but like it feels like a lipstick texture, but without feeling thick like a lipstick, if that makes any sense. Like again, this feels very air light. It doesn't feel heavy. It feels super comfortable. It's so comfortable to wear, especially like in colder winter months when you kind of want like more moisture and you don't want something that's like too drying. This feels great. The color is beautiful. It's pretty opaque. They do have other colors, like if you don't want like a bright red, they have other shades too. It's really great. And since it is a lacquer ink, I feel like this kind of like glossy effect, it does dissipate after some time, but it does leave your lips with a nice stain. So it's really nice. It's very comfortable. And again, it doesn't feel like gloopy. So if ever like a piece of hair goes through, it doesn't feel like it's gonna like catch all of it and drag it through. Although this is red, so I wouldn't like do this on purpose, but you know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel like thick or like a gloss. It really just feels like a very creamy lipstick. So yeah. Okay, moving on, I have one last color to show you, and it's kind of a toss-up like between my 2 favorites. Like obviously the first one, that pink, is not like my shade really, but I can't really decide which color I like more, this color or the color I'm going to show you next. So again, I just did the blotting thing with tissue, so I feel like once the gloss leaves, you're kind of left with this sort of staining on the lips. So next up we have the ModernMatte powder lipstick. This is a full coverage matte lipstick. This is a weightless full coverage matte lipstick. It has this like soft powdery velvet finish in a way. And obviously, like, out of the 3 lipsticks that I've shown today, this is the most long wearing because it is matte, so it is more long wearing. It is also a little bit more drying because it is a matte lipstick. It is what it is. I really like this color. I don't know, I like this like bold berry color. I feel like this makes my teeth look so white for some reason. I don't know, maybe because it has a lot of blue in it. I'm not really sure. And I also love this shape of the lipstick. I love that, like, I don't know what shape this is. Geometry was not my strong suit, but I think it's interesting. It's new. I don't really see many lipsticks that look like this shape, so I think that's really fun. I just think it's different, and I like when makeup companies try something different and it works, and it's just like, I don't know. I mean, I know that I'm a makeup lover, makeup addict, makeup hoarder possibly, so I can find any excuse to like collect new makeup, but when it looks a little bit different, when the texture is different, when the formula is different, it just, I don't know, it's nice. It feels like the company is like trying to make themselves like set themselves apart from everyone else, so I like the effort. So that about does it for today's video. I just wanted to show you guys the different textures, the different formulas, the different colors. So also let me know down in the comments which lipstick is your favorite color. I don't know, I feel like it depends on my mood. Like sometimes, you guys know I love a red lip, so sometimes I really love this shade and sometimes I really love this one. I don't know, I feel like the first color, I'm sorry, is not like my fave, but the formula is still nice, the texture is still nice. It's just like the color itself, I need to like either like blot it down or like add a gloss to it to kind of like do something else. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Have you guys picked up any of the new items from Shiseido? Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell on the side so you can know whenever I post a new video, because I will start doing some hauls, reviews, and tutorials on some new spring collections arriving very shortly. So if you're interested in seeing that, make sure to stick around. And also, before we go, I want to say a huge thank you to Shiseido for inviting me to their event and also for gifting me these products. And please remember that you are kind, you are beautiful, and you are capable, so go out there and conquer the world. I think that's all I have for you guys for today. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.